Health and fitness isn't what you think it is, because you may have the impression, like I do, you got to sacrifice everything fun. No more cocktails, no more buffalo chicken, but it doesn't have to be that way. Welcome to the Break Time University podcast. Today, we're talking about your health and how you beat the odds. And we have an expert here to help us do just that. Her name is Mackenzie Bryan, the founder of BTO Fitness, which stands for Beat the Odds. She's also sponsored by First Form. These energy drinks are fantastic. So health, wellness, nutrition, hormones. Sounds complicated. Sounds like I want to give up because the odds are stacked against me, Mackenzie. But that's not true, is it?
No, it's not. And it's one of those things where people come into health, wellness, weight loss, fat loss journey thinking that they have to give up their entire life and only dedicate their life to weight loss, dedicate their life to fat loss. Well, yes, there is a certain part of your old lifestyle that you have to give up. That is something I make very clear with everybody that I work with is there is a certain part of your old lifestyle that you are going to have to give up in order to create the life that you want and a life that you are proud of, quite frankly, because you wouldn't be here if you weren't proud of the life, or if you were proud of the life that you're living now. But you have to understand that you don't need to be 100% perfect in order to create that life that you are proud of. It is my mission with everybody that I work with to help them create a healthy and sustainable lifestyle. And that healthy and sustainable lifestyle includes cocktails every once in a while. It includes buffalo chicken. It includes, if you're my husband, brownies and ice cream and birthday cake because he has got a sweet tooth on him. Hot dang, he does. But it has to include all of those things, because if it doesn't include all of those things, what are you doing? You're dieting. Well, how well do we all diet? A diet is something that you do for a finite amount of time. A lifestyle is something that you do for the rest of your life. And that is my goal, to be able to instill everybody that I work with the tools to have a healthy and sustainable lifestyle, to stop dieting, stop putting an end date on the time in which they are going to be healthy.
I love that. The end date. Get rid of it, because make a commitment to yourself. And I think that that's really what this is. It's hard to do. However, in some of the people that you work with, they didn't like to work out, didn't like to go to the gym. But one woman specifically said you helped her find a love of working out. How do you transform people like that to say, gym, weights, treadmills, not for me?
Yeah. We have to start small. We have to start with what they are willing to do. If you tell me, Kenzie, I am willing to walk for 20 minutes a day, every single day, awesome. But then when you start to see progress, you start to catch a little fire, and you come to me and you're like, Kenzie, what more can I do? And I'm like, oh, this is where the game begins. Let's go. And we start with, okay, we're going to do some air squats and some push-ups and some sit-ups at home. Then when you kind of outgrow your house, we're like, all right, well, where are the closest gyms to you? And then we're going to insert you into a gym setting. Now, I'm not just going to let you go free. Like you're just not going to go free in there. Be like, I don't know what I'm doing. Am I doing this machine right?
Right.
Like, I'm going to give you a plan. Here are the workouts that you are going to do when you go into the gym so that you feel confident. Every single one of those workouts or those exercises, you are going to have a video exercise explanation so that you aren't like, I don't know if I'm doing this right. I don't want to be in the person in the gym that's doing lat pull downs to their belly button. Like, you're not going to be that person, because we've given you all of the knowledge and tools to be able to get there. And when you start to see progress from adding in the squats, from adding in the weights, from going to the gym, you start to find exercise to be almost therapeutic. It's, if you are a mom, it's your you time during the day. If you struggle with depression or anxiety, it's going to be your escape. It's going to be what helps you to manage that, and helping to highlight the progress that you've made, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally, because you chose to do that.
And I love that. The choice to do hard things, because confidence is built on doing hard things, because you know you can do it. And like you said, now you have a track. All right, I walked for 20 minutes. Then I started walking for 30. Then I did 20 push-ups. Then I could do 30 push-ups. Now I'm in the gym because this is my journey. I never wanted to go to a gym, lift weights. But as soon as I started, I was like, I don't know about this. But then you have like a measurement that you can take. Or I can lift this much weight on a squat. Oh, next time I can do 5 pounds more. And then you're motivated to keep trying. So it is that part of it. Okay, so we have fitness, but there's also nutrition and mindset and hormones that go into this. And you have an educational background and experience and all of those things so that we can have a holistic approach. It's not just going to the gym. So how do you help me get my mind going so that I'm okay with eating better, hitting the gym, and dialing in my hormones as best I can?
I share a lot of my own personal journey, and I share a lot of the mindset that I experience on a day-to-day basis. I think it's important for people to recognize the fact that it doesn't matter where you are in your journey, you're always going to experience the same struggles and the same trials, the same tribulations, and sharing with them how I get through it. And sharing my mindset behind it so that they see, okay, she's overcome this. She's 5 years in her journey at this point in time. Maybe if I think like that, I can do it too. But then also getting to know someone on a very personal level. I know your husband's name. I know your kids' names. I know what makes you tick. So you're going to tell me why you are here so that when you try to fall off, I'm going to come at you and be like, no. This is why you are here. You are here because you want to be able to get down on the ground, up from the ground with your grandkids without feeling winded, without feeling pain. And if you stop now, you're never going to get there. And constantly reminding them of that until they're reminding them of that themselves. I don't even have to do it, to where that fire is lit inside of them and they just keep going.
Friend of mine I went to high school with, we're in our closing in on our late 40s. We're leaving the mids, going into this higher section. But he told me a while back, because he and his kids and his wife, they sit on the floor when they eat. And he says, if you can get up off the floor when you're 40, I forget the percentage to be able to do it at 80. And I'm like, that's fantastic, because it's how you use your body. And I think that's one of my favorite things, because we talk about beating the odds. In the modern society, with our convenience, it's very easy to get out of healthy habits because we have busy lives and need the convenience. But when you start using your body and understanding what it's capable of and its movements and lifting things, it's transformational for all those things, because I think it goes back to you wanting to tie all those things together, the hormones, the nutrition, the fitness, and the mindset. You agree?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the funny thing is people say that living the way that they do is convenient. Is going to the doctor every other week convenient? People say that living healthy is expensive. Is going to the doctor every other week inexpensive? No. In retrospect, living a healthy lifestyle is significantly more convenient for you. You have to go to the doctor significantly less frequently. You're in a whole lot less pain, and you feel night and day different every single day. When you are someone that is not living a healthy lifestyle and you are eating out, which we all know is ungodly expensive these days, that's not cheap. When you're going to the doctor every other week, that's not cheap. So is that less expensive for you to do than to just choose to eat a little bit healthier and get outside and walk every single day? No. And living a healthy lifestyle is way less expensive and way more convenient if you look at it that way.
And this is personal for you.
Absolutely.
Because you faced a major diagnosis at 16 that could have been life-changing. If you had listened to the doctors and every single person in your life that told you to just deal with it and live with this chronic GI condition, you wouldn't be sitting here right now. You wouldn't have founded BTO Fitness. By the way, that's free to join. Look it up on the Facebook, BTO Fitness. You'll find it. So tell me about why this is personal for you. And do you feel that this is a calling to help us get healthy so that we can beat the odds that we face in our lives?
Absolutely. Here in Team BTO, we have a mission to help as many people as possible create a life that they are proud of. And it was because in that moment, like you said, where my life came crashing down. I was diagnosed with gastroparesis. I was told I was going to live my life in and out of the hospital. Which is what again? Partial stomach paralysis.
Yes, that sounds fun.
It really is. It really is.
Well, it sent you on a journey to learn a ton of things to help us.
Yeah, it did. But it is absolutely personal for me because I know that there are people in this world that are hurting. I know that there are people in this world that could have a much better quality of life than they do. And it doesn't matter if you are an athlete that is trying to transition from being an athlete to everyday life where you're uncomfortable in your body. Doesn't matter if you are a type 2 diabetic that has wildly unmanaged blood sugars and you need to learn how to manage them and you're not getting the education and help that you need. It doesn't matter if you come to me and you're like, Kenzie, I have no idea why my feet are swollen. It hurts to stand. We're going to get you in a place where you are feeling happy, healthy, comfortable, and confident in your own skin. And I don't care how long it takes, but I'm going to be on this journey every single step of the way with you. And I'm going to be running right alongside you until you get to that place where you look at me and you're like, Kenzie, I'm proud of myself. Because I know what it feels like to be able to do that. And I want people to be able to feel that for themselves.
Tell me what it feels like.
It is one of the most incredible feelings I have ever had in my entire life. And honestly, I very recently had it. And I know that my dad's kind of explained part of it to you in the sense of I had a team meetup with a whole bunch of people from Team BTO just a few short months ago. And to have 15 people travel from New York and Texas and Minnesota on like a 2-week notice to come hang out with one another because they have created such incredible relationships amongst themselves. And they, quite frankly, have experienced blood, sweat, and tears together. Although it's been virtual, they've done it together, coming to meet me and knowing that because of this community and this mission that we have created, that's why they're there. And I was able to just sit back and watch these people that had never met one another become lifelong friends in the blink of an eye. And it was the most incredible feeling where you are overwhelmed with this sense of pride that I don't want to say like I did that because I didn't do that. We did that as a community. And to know that that mission and that diagnosis led to that mission, that led to that group of people being able to live a life that they are proud of is one of the most incredible things I have ever felt in my entire life. And when you experience that for yourself, you'll know.
So I beat the odds right there. Yeah. And it is a team effort, right? Going back to the very beginning, you might have some misnomers about health and you have to give up everything in your life. Not everything, but you can do it together as well. So to get caught up with this badass, this inspiration right here, Mackenzie Bryan, go to breaktimeu.com/fitness and you'll see the BTO community right there. And you'll also see Mackenzie's awesome, amazing recipes like cookie dough dip. Sign me up. Mackenzie, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
This is the Break Time University podcast. Rate, review, subscribe, and share this with friends that need to beat the odds. We'll see you soon.